Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. If you love all things K-beauty just like I do, please feel free to hit subscribe anytime during this video. So it is the end of the month, which means it's time for some monthly favorites. Oh yes, all the skincare and beauty products that have been making a big impression on me this month. And I swear April 2020 is going to go down in the history books as the month of, what day is it again? It's been so weird settling into our new normal, and it's just gonna get weirder, right? It's just gonna get weirder. But right before I turned on the camera, I was like, wait a second, what month is it? What monthly favorites video is this again? It's April. It's April, Kelly, and it's gonna be May. It's gonna be May. Yeah, in sync. Okay, that was weird. Anyways, so today I'm going to be sharing with you guys all the skincare and beauty products that I've just absolutely been reaching for over and over again this month. And stay tuned to the end because I have a very special surprise for you guys. So give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. Wishtrend Quad Active Boosting Essence. This name, it's so elaborate. It's kind of a confusing name, actually. This was recently released by Wishtrend, and some of you guys know I've actually been testing this out for a while, pretty much since it was first released, and I do really like it. But only recently, within the last few days, I was like, I gotta include this in my monthly favorites video because this product just became really essential to me. Now, this is the first question that I asked about this product. I was like, is this a first essence? Is it a traditional essence? Question that I ask about all essences because they're so confusing. This is a traditional essence, which means that it goes after toner prior to serum. And in fact, they're calling this a serum boosting essence. So definitely put it on right before your serum. But just as an essence, not as a boosting product, but just as an essence alone, I really like this product. I mean, it's got some really great ingredients that are fantastic for calming inflammation on the skin, which is always a good thing. Very, very calming to the skin, healing for irritated skin. There's some really great ingredients in here that are going to be fantastic for reducing redness on the skin, some anti-acne type of ingredients, but overall a very gentle, sensitive skin friendly formulation as well. Now, this is a nice essence too because the texture is so thin and lightweight, and it absorbs so quickly into the skin. It's so much thinner than your traditional essences are, but it's got that little touch of balancing moisture to it. There is some propolis, a little bit of honey in this one, and that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like a really lightweight propolis type of product. Feels so nice on the skin, but just so lightweight. Here's the thing about April in general when it comes to my skin. It is a season where allergies start to go insane, including this one right here. And allergies, okay, definitely sinus pressure and all that jazz and goodness, right? But it also seems to manifest on my skin. I always just get really reactive skin when my allergies flare up. It just gets really itchy, just generally irritated and kind of upset, right? I'm really prone to redness, and I usually will get some nasty breakouts. That's just the way it is, right? And with everything that's been going on recently, I kind of forgot about it. Do you know what I mean? I kind of forgot about it. It just snuck up on me. I've just been so preoccupied, we all have. And I was like, oh shoot, I need to be on high alert. And I wasn't prepared for this. And so I just got really, really irritated skin from allergies. But anyways, that's a really long way of me explaining why I really like this product because I had been treating my skin with a lot of mugwort and centella, and it was working, especially for the itchy, irritated feeling, but I was still having a lot of redness and inflamed pimples. I started getting these inflamed pimples on my skin too. And I was just like, why me? But then I remembered that this had some really great anti-irritation properties to it. I had noticed that this was helping with redness when I first started testing it. And I knew there was some good anti-acne benefits. And anytime that I get an inflamed pimple recently, I'm always reaching for another product, which is the by Wishtrend Polyphenols in Propolis Ampule. I always reach for that one when things just start to get out of hand, right? So I was like, what if I start to combine these two and I maybe just cool it a little bit on the mugwort and centella? And I kid you not, within 2 days of using the Quad Active Essence and the Polyphenols Ampule, my skin was like, I'm cool. I was like, what is going on? The redness was gone. The inflammation was like decreased so much. The irritation was like solved. My skin felt really normal and healthy again, and the pimples were on their way to going away. You know what I mean? So I was like, I was converted just from that alone. That's why I was like, I gotta put this in my favorites because this saved my skin from my allergies. I was really impressed. Definitely the combination, there's like a little secret sauce combination between the two, but just on its own, I really enjoy this essence too. And I'm kind of looking forward to using this in the summertime because it's so lightweight. And I like to pack my routine with water and with moisture, but it's got to be in lighter weight layers. So I think this is going to serve me even better in the summertime. So when I first started to go fragrance free last year, there was one kind of like category of product where I really struggled to find options in, and that was cleansers, first cleansers and also foaming cleansers. And oil cleansers in particular, I was like, where do I even start, you know? But slowly but surely, I've been finding really reliable ones that I like. I've been building my repertoire, so to speak. And I just found a new one this month that like I fell in love with immediately, and not just because it's fragrance free. And that is the Isntree Micellar Melting Cleansing Oil. Micellar, I don't know. I don't know. My mouth wants to say micellar, and I don't think that's right, but whatever. So the very first thing that made me fall real hard for this product was the texture, surprisingly, right? You thought I was going to say ingredients or something like that. No, the texture. And why this stood out to me, I think, is because the handful of other fragrance-free oil cleansers that I really do enjoy a lot, they all have a similar kind of thick oil texture to them, right? This one is very thin and so lightweight on the skin. It's just so different. Don't think that because it's thin and lightweight that it's not powerful. This really does the job, and it does it really nicely. Breaks down makeup really effectively, breaks down eye makeup like effortlessly. It washes away cleanly. There's no residue. Like, it's just a joy to use from beginning to end. The one thing that I like about those really thin textures too with oil cleansers, if you like to use oil cleansers to kind of like loosen up and remove grits from your face, grits are the hardened little pieces of sebum that can get stuck in your pores, right? They kind of feel like little sand particles as you kind of cleanse your face. A lot of us get them often, but they can pop out really easily with oil cleansers. So sometimes I just really like, with just clean skin, no makeup, I just really like to massage oil cleanser into my face, especially around my nose and chin area. And I get that gritty sensation, and it's so satisfying. I always find that the thinner cleansing oils are a little bit more effective at that. So I've just been enjoying this for that like grit removal method as well. I'm just such a big fan of this. It's a really minimal ingredients list, and it's a real like kind of like gem in the rough, so to speak, because I don't hear a lot of people talking about this product, but I'm a massive fan. Another Isntree product that I discovered this month that was really beneficial to my skin was their Mugwort Spot Saver Cream. Now, this uses Korean mugwort, and it also uses licorice root extract, which licorice root, in my mind, every time I see that on an ingredients list, I'm like, it's gonna help my complexion. It's really good for kind of helping to brighten up the skin. But licorice root also has a really good anti-inflammatory property. So it's actually a really interesting combination for mugwort. Now, I love all things mugwort. You know this about me. Like, it's one of my favorite ingredients. It's so good for my sensitive skin. So I'm all about mugwort anything. And I'm definitely going to be doing a deeper dive into the mugwort line from Isntree next month. So don't worry, this will be part of it. But the reason I wanted to talk about this cream is because this made a big impression on me, as many mugwort products do. Now, let me first tell you the texture. Wow, it's so lightweight. It's a really beautiful, lightweight, thin texture. This would be a really great moisturizer, I think, for oily skin types. I personally would never use this as my final moisturizer at all because it's so thin, lightweight. It's got a little hydration to it. Very nice. But what I have been finding the use for with this one is actually like what I would call a Cica cream. You know, Cica creams, you can use those as like little spot treatments for any areas of inflammation, irritation. You can use them as your moisturizer or use them under your moisturizer, right? That's kind of like the function of a Cica cream. This is kind of like a mugwort alternative to a Cica cream, and that's how I've been using it, because as I mentioned, my skin just got really itchy and irritated all of a sudden this month, and I was like, what do I do? And one of the first things that I did was turn to mugwort products, which I definitely got some relief from. And this cream made a big impression on me because I had been using some other products and it wasn't quite working, and I still could feel that gnawing irritation on my skin. And I was like, you know what? Like in a desperation attempt, I was like, let me just use this mugwort cream that I have. And so I put that on my skin, and I put on my normal moisturizer and stuff. And I only put it in the area that I was feeling irritation, which was like my chin and mouth area. And within about 20 minutes of like having done my routine, my skin felt better. And I wasn't getting that relief prior to me adding this product into my routine. And so I was like, oh, I can feel it getting better. I can feel it getting better. I've used this. I was getting some itchiness on my chest. I had a little bit on my back. I was like, what's going on? I had some on my arms one time. I used this and it calmed it down. And I was just like, I'm so impressed. I mean, it wasn't like one of those things where I was like, my skin is healed. No, but it definitely brought relief to my skin that I definitely needed. So I was impressed with its soothing abilities. And like I said, I think it'll work as a moisturizer for more oily skin types, but because it's so thin and lightweight, it actually can layer underneath your moisturizer without making your skin feel too thick or anything like that. So this could actually be one of those good creams to have on hand for those little areas of irritation or redness or inflammation that you might get. This could be your mugwort Cica cream alternative. So I often get requests to include makeup products in my monthly favorites videos, and I'm definitely open to doing that. I just don't always have a lot of new makeup that I'm trying out, but recently I've had a lot of new makeup that I've been trying out. So I wanted to do a quick shout out to the Moonshot Rev'd Perry eyeshadow palette and lipsticks, particularly color 601 Send, which I'm wearing right now. I talked about these in depth in my K-Beauty makeup haul from Yes Style, so definitely check it out. I think it goes up here. Check that out right up here if you want to learn more about all those other products, and this one as well, with lots of swatches and different makeup looks like that. But I had to do a quick shout out because I feel so hard for this eyeshadow palette and this lipstick. Like, all of my eye makeup looks that you guys have seen me do over the last month have been from this eyeshadow palette. Like this is like the only lipstick I've been wearing recently. And so I just feel like this video wouldn't be complete if I didn't mention one of the other products that I've been reaching for so much, which is these. Now, the colors are more on the burgundy and rose side, and this eyeshadow palette is actually, the majority of the eyeshadows are matte. Totally outside of my box, but I'm so glad I took a risk on these because I really like them. Now the colors are a little bit more unique, I think, and I actually have been really favoring more unique eyeshadow looks. Not like over the top crazy, but just different. And I think a big reason why I have been favoring that a little bit more recently is because, you know, I don't leave the house that often, but when I do, I'm wearing a mask now, and it just covers up so much of my face. I just kind of feel like if I just jazz my eyes up a little bit, I look more human. Do you know what I mean? Like, not even just like, oh, I look pretty, but like it just helps me feel more like a human being instead of like all covered up. And so I've been favoring a little bit more unique colors, you know, different finishes, things like that. Just having a little bit of fun with the eye makeup just a little bit more this month. And if you guys are like looking for some K-Beauty makeup suggestions, I definitely suggest checking those out. So last month's favorite video was definitely like a little bit strange. Like, there wasn't a lot of like skincare, but I did talk a lot about hand care. And so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update, because I'll be honest with you, like hand care has been like a higher priority, like on my like beauty regime, if you will, right? All the excessive hand washing takes its toll. It really makes your skin very, very dry, can make your cuticles look horrendous, right? And just make your hands just not feel good. And just like this mug up here, the skin on my body is dehydrated, and balancing the oil and water on my skin is always not a challenge, but it's just always something that I'm focused on. But I did sort of rediscover a product in my arsenal that I've just been loving for my hands this month, and that's the Olivarrier All Barrier Relief Cream. And this brings the right balance of like nourishment and healing ceramides is what I really need for my hands. So this features vegan ceramides. It works just as effectively, in my opinion, as regular ceramides do. Plus, it's got a whole host of nourishing oils. It's just jam-packed full of nourishment, but it's a nice light, almost a lotion type texture, a creamy lotion, and it's just that right balance between the healing ceramides, the nourishing oils, without being greasy, without being heavy. It just sinks right into your skin. It conditions your skin, it softens your skin, and it relieves your skin. And so I've just been really liking this. So as I've said a couple times, you know, it's definitely been like a weird month, but we are sort of settling into it, right? Like we're getting into our routines. It's starting to feel like, you know, like a new normal, right? But there are still some things that like, it's just, you're like, should I or shouldn't I do this, right? A big thing of that has been actually purchasing. I'm like, I shouldn't buy that. Like, it's irresponsible. We're in a pandemic. Don't buy that. You know, like a good sale will come by and I'm like, oh yeah, I need a new pair of pants. And I'll be like, no, you can't buy that because other people are suffering. And it's like, yeah, there's definitely some things that like maybe you don't want to be like supporting or buying right at this very second in time, maybe. But generally speaking, like, you know, I don't think we should be feeling guilty about that. If we can do things responsibly, I don't think that we should be feeling guilty about it. And in fact, I actually just recently listened to a podcast that gave this like really good piece of wisdom that was like, if you can work, or if you can be like providing a service or a product or something, and I'm personally extending this out to, if you can you know, make purchases right now, you should be doing it. You should be doing it, because that's how we're going to all of us are going to get back up on our feet. This is how we're going to keep the economy going and rolling, right? The one thing that has been definitely bringing me a lot of solace with these like weird feelings has been being really intentional with my dollar. Do you know what I mean? Like really putting my money into the places that I believe in. So like when I go grocery shopping, I go to the local grocery store chain. I don't go to the national chain or to the Target or to the Walmart. I really want to put my dollar into that local family business. It's not necessarily the lowest price, but it's where I want to put my dollar right now. You know, things like that, supporting small businesses, donating when you can, what you can, is definitely something that if you can do it, please do that. And just supporting the businesses that you believe in. It doesn't necessarily have to be local. It doesn't necessarily have to be small, but just like I said, really, you know, be intentional with that dollar and know that where you put it, you're really supporting the people behind it. So with that in mind, I am sponsoring a $100 gift card giveaway with Ohlolly Beauty. Now, they are one of my favorite small K beauty boutiques because they have such fantastic curations, including some of my favorite products you've heard me talk about before, like the Misha First Treatment Essence, Sioris A Calming Day Ampule, Soon Jung Toner, and they even have the Olivarrier All Barrier Relief Cream that I just talked about. So definitely make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and give the video a big thumbs up. In order to enter, leave me a comment on this video and let me know one thing you are grateful for during this crazy time. Big or small, just one thing. One thing that I'm grateful for is definitely you guys. So I'm going to be picking one winner at random, and I'm going to announce them in the next video. That's Tuesday, May 5th. So all the nitty-gritty details are in the info box. Definitely check that out. Leave me a comment as your entry, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video when it's going to be May. So I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.